Teachers, how do you charge? Because it's such an art. Like, how do you charge for a piece of art? How do you charge to change someone's life? And Richard Bandler, he certified me for NLP. He said, I asked them what it's worth to them, because he gets rid of phobias, and he says, what's it worth to you if I get you to leave your house? And they'd go, oh my God, $100,000, because he gets rid of phobias. And he says, okay, I'll reinstall the phobia. He'll charge them what they say. So because it's hard, because it's an art, and how people don't value it until they receive the value. Because so many people are like, oh, nobody wants to work on themselves. And that's why our world is the way it is, which is a shame. And anyone that I coach knows that my philosophy in life is work harder on yourself than you do on your job, and life becomes easier. It's a Jim Rohn quote, but it's how I live my life. And then it shocked me. I was like, oh, maybe you don't have to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Maybe I only had to work harder on myself than I do on my job, because I came from such adversity. I blow up on people. I didn't know how to communicate. I didn't know how to express myself when I wanted to. I would keep my mouth closed when I wanted to open it. I would open it when I should have kept it closed. I didn't know timing and all of that. But I also didn't have a normal upbringing. So I see her family and I was like, oh, maybe some families don't have to work on themselves. So I kind of take it back. Not everybody has to work on themselves if you come from this great family where everything's great and they taught you to communicate and everything was wonderful. But if everything's not wonderful, and if something in your life is not working as well as you want it to, how people are wondering, like, should I have a coach or is crazy. And then they live the next year the same, and the next year the same, and the next year the same, and they wonder why they're not, and they go, no, this year I'm going to change. And I made a post the other day that people make goals, but they don't realize that it's a lifestyle change. You have to change your whole life, and you can make all the goals you want. Like I was dealing with Ava, and she actually, I think she came to me because she wanted to do a trade for her husband. She wanted to get her husband in here, and he just said he would be a lot better if he could box. So I was like, I don't do trades. And I was thinking, you know what? It might be a good time because I'm starting this OGC. Let me just give it a try. And I fell in love with her, obviously. So she brought her kids, she brought her husband. They've been coming for a year. And just her in the back, and then I would coach with her as well. And just her in the back has changed her whole life, which is amazing. She walked in like a total badass, knew what she wanted. She came in, I want my husband to get in here. I want to do this. This is what I want. But she was very humble about it and sweet. She got her whole life. She already booked her flight. She's moving to Spain in 2 or 3 weeks, picking up her kids, picking up her husband. Her husband is all better, has a wonderful job. He's doing great. She allowed him to, she was like, boxing is going to help you, but she listened to him. She was going to honor what he wanted, and it worked. What he said would work, worked. And now she has her whole life out of it. And who wants to turn that shit down? She'd still be here racking her brain, maybe not going to Spain, wishing she'd have a better life. When all of a sudden you get direction, you can't solve a problem with the same mindset that created the problem. So anyone that's like, yeah, I'm going to figure it out. Yeah, I'm going to make a change. Yeah, I'm going to make a goal. Even she said, she was like, no more junk food. And we all want to say no more junk food. But what does that mean, no more junk food? Everything's junk food. So I wanted her to narrow it down. Is it nothing in a box? Is it when I go to the grocery store, I'm not buying anything in a box? Are you never eating junk food again? That's impossible. It's like impossible to never put a piece of junk food in your mouth. So we want to live in integrity. You want to say, when I go grocery shopping, I won't shop in the middle aisles. Or Monday through Thursday, I'm not going to eat anything in a box. You want to be very specific. Otherwise, you set yourself up for failure. When people say, I'm going to quit sugar, I got to narrow them down. I got to say, when I was doing my NLP, and I always say, I got buoyant, quit soda. He didn't say, oh, I want to quit sugar. I said, what do you want to quit the most? And he said, Coca-Cola. I said, good, I could target that. So he quit 5 seconds, literally. I did this thing where I switched it with his cabbage that he hates, and he never drank soda again. But it was one thing that I can target, and I said soda, and we pulled it out. We can't say sugar. Sugar's in everything. So now every year gets to be better and better. So I'm not saying we're not doing this as your best year ever. It's just not the theme I'm picking again. I wish more people wanted to work on themselves and make themselves better. It's not specific, and you're never going to get to it, and you're always going to be bored, because where do you start? How do you finish? It takes so long. You have to write the introduction to my business plan, right? And you also want to be successful. Do you ever write things on your list? Who likes to write things on a list to cross it off? Do you? Everybody. You? Yeah. Okay. Do you ever do something, forget to write it on your list, but you got so excited you did it, you wrote it on the list just to cross it off? Yes, exactly. And it's the best feeling ever. So I'm like, yes, I'm going to write that to the list just to cross it off. So we love accomplishing things and we love writing things down. So why not break it down smaller just so you could cross more stuff off? So I had on my list the other day, I got a new computer, so it was like, load my Dell computer. I thought it was going to be like a 10-minute of course, we could be shocked. I thought I could set up my computer in 10 minutes or 30 minutes or within the hour. I didn't know it was going to take my whole friggin' day to set up my computer. But I was like, that wasn't a smart goal. Set up your Dell? I should have been like, call Dell to see what the steps are, or install Adobe. It's like everything I got like hit with time, right? But you can always reverse it and look at your list and say, what could be broken down into smaller pieces? Make sure to sign up to my weekly newsletter. It's called 1-2 Punch, and it's a 1-2 punch email because it's a 1-minute video message and 2 questions to ask yourself. I call it 1-minute video message because in between boxing rounds, there's always a 1-minute rest. So you take a 1-minute rest and watch the video, and then 2 introspective, thought-provoking questions to ask yourself. So you could sit with them throughout the day, and the best answers come from the best questions. So allow me to ask you the best questions, and you will come up with the best answers. So make sure to sign up on my website or any of my social media channels.